Today with the JRSC, we learned to add in binary using redstone logic. Very simple stuff. Let's hop right into the video and you'll learn how to build this guy. So before we get started, one of the things that we should definitely acknowledge is how exactly does addition work in base 10? And let's think through it. So let's just go ahead and step through this example problem I've designed, which is 53 plus 27. So we start by adding your first place, right? So 7 plus 3, well that's 10. Hold up. That number's 2 places, so I guess we'll take our sign here. We'll put a 0, because that's our first place, so that's pretty easy. We'll light it up a little. But we gotta do something called a carry, right? So we gotta lift a number. So we make the carry, now we can add these 3 numbers. Interesting, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8, there we go, 80. So 53 plus 27 equals 80. Now, why did we do the carry? Well, first off, it's because we had some form of overflow, right? We had 2 numbers that added to a number larger than one specific place could hold. And that's the purpose of that carry, is it can carry up the next level. An interesting property about carries is that if you're adding 2 numbers, your carry cannot be greater than, again, we're only adding 2 numbers in any radix, and just run through in base 10 all the edge cases you can think of. I'll give you just a moment to think about it, and then I will show you one of those edge cases. Okay, and here is that edge case. So if we add 9 and 9, which is the highest number you can have in base 10 in a single place, we're gonna get 18. 18, well, you would leave it 8, carry a 1. Ooh, that's interesting. So we carry that 1, we leave the 8, so now we add 9 and 9 again, that's 18, but we've carried a 1. So now that becomes 19, 9, and then we'd carry a 1, but you'll wind up with just a 1 right here, and therefore 99 plus 99 is 198, and that's the highest value that you can get from this addition. Now, how does this work with binary? Well, let's start by just adding these 2 numbers. It is a 1, 1, or 3, and a 0, 1. So 1 and 1, well, how would it work in binary? Well, how did it work in base 10 is you took the numbers and you combine them. So 1 plus 1, well, that would be 1 and 1 in base 10, and that gives us 2, which is 1, 0 in binary. So that means that we would have a 0, and we would carry a 1. Note that how I'm doing this is the 1s are represented by redstone blocks and the 0s are represented by black concrete. And once again, we're adding 1, 1, and 0, so we'll have a 0 and we will just carry a 1. Now, think about it for just a second. We added 3 right here and a 1 right here. So what is 3 plus 1? 4. And what is 1, 0, 0? It's 4. So that works out. Our math is okay. Now I want you to take a second and consider the design of something of how can we describe this in maybe something like a truth table? And how does math work from the binary standpoint? And how can we take that from the concept that we have right here and move that to something different like hardware? Okay, and right here is that exact truth table. So we have our X and our Y. These are just single bit numbers right here. And then we add them to get Z. So let's see here. So 0 plus 0 is 1, and 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 and 1 is 0. And then you'll also toggle your carry bit. So, hold up. This looks like a structure we've already seen. It's the XOR gate, right? Either X or Y or neither. And then the carry bit is just an AND, which is actually already a component of our XOR gate. So let's go ahead and build some quick hardware. And right here is that XOR gate that we were talking about for this sum. So right here, if we flip this lever here, you can see our output. This is our Z, becomes 1. And if we flip our other output, Z becomes a 0 and our carry turns on. And obviously if we turn both off, you've got that carry. So that's how you add one number. Cool. So you could take 1 and 1 and add it to 2, I guess. Or 1 and 0 and add to 1, but that's it. So that's where we can make this modification that to our truth table, adding a carry in bit. So obviously this is what it looks like for a 0, but let's go ahead and add a 1 all the way down this line here and consider how that works. So now we make our carry in, well, that's going to be a 1. And that's going to make this a 0 and our carry a 1. And let's see here, 1, 1, 0. Okay, same exact thing. So that's cool. That's cool. And then we got all 1. Oh, whoa, that's different. This seems like it becomes an basically anding it with either the X or Y, your carry in, and the X or Y will toggle on your carry, and it becomes some kind of like XNOR where you, with the carry in and whether or not you have the X and the Y. So how could we manage to make an addition to the current circuit we have? FYI, this circuit right here that we just created is something called a half adder. It's super important that we understand what the half adder does, because this right here is actually the key to making this next circuit, which is what's called a full adder. Okay, and right here is this full adder circuit. Now I want you to sit down and consider precisely how this concept really worked. Was if you go back to our 99 addition example and base 10, well, when you add the 99 you got 8, and then you carried the 1. Now you add 9 and 9 again, but you have to add the 1. So in reality, this is just an extra step of addition. So we can attach another full adder, or half adder right here, but we have to do one modification to the carry bit. And that's that when you carry, you are ORing the carry of your baseline addition and the addition of an extra carry bit, the carry in, which is right here. So if we just add 1 and 1, that becomes a 1, and that's a 0. And if we add in our carry, right there, bada bing, bada boom, if we toggle just one of these, our output turns off, and then that flickers, but still works. And if we toggle this one more time, we get our output, and then if we toggle that, we have absolutely 0. So that's how you would make a full adder circuit. But how could we make this work for, let's say, a 4-bit number? Okay, and right here is that 4-bit adder I was talking about. Okay, and here is our full adder, 4-bit full addition system. Now, a couple modifications I did make because just the ease of the structure is I did rotate the input for your carry in bit to this other side. I just rotated that around. It's just slightly shifting the input. But what we have now is 4 sets of inputs, and so each one is like A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3, A4, B4. If that is so, what we can do now is we could say 1, 0, let's say 1, 1, plus just a 1, right? And mind you, 1, 0, 1, 1 would be 1, 0, 1, 1, and that's reversed because you're reading it this way. So that would be actually 0, 1, 1. Would be 1, 1, 0, 1, which is D, which would be 11, I believe. 12, 13. Yeah, 13. So 13 plus 1, we should see 14 on this end here. And then we've got zeros place is 0, so that's 2 plus 4 plus 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, and that's a 2, so we've got 14 right there. And that is a 4-bit addition system. Obviously, if we were to add a 1 right here, you'd also get your carry bit. And that's important for other circumstances. As a note, most computers run on a limited number of bits. So very frequently what happens is you will take some sort of adder like this. This is a very common component of a CPU. And you'll have some kind of carry flag, as well as other inputs that you use to route these, which we will likely expand this adder using XOR gates and such to make an addition-subtraction system with 4-bit inputs. But that will be for another video, another day. But I do hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Negative Light, signing out, and God bless y'all. Also, I discovered this mod called Limatica recently, which I love because it's actually super useful for educational content. So we will likely be using that for a lot of things in the near future. So as a note, keep an eye out. I'm planning to release this current one, but I don't know if I will. As well as one other channel announcement is if we can get to 175 subscribers before the end of the year, I might do a Fortnite Livestream. So if you'd like to see a Fortnite Livestream from me, I've never played first-person shooters, FYI. Well, never mind. I played one. It was on the DS. It's terrible. So, as a note, never played Fortnite. If you guys would like to see that stream, make sure to leave a subscribe, and then when that will be announced, it'll be soon afterwards. I still have the shaving live stream that is planned after my graduation in May. But without further ado, this is Negative Light signing out, and God bless y'all.